It is that time of year. It's Thanksgiving time. And today I'm super excited to share with you a basic stuffing recipe that you can customize in so many different ways. A basic stuffing would be nothing without some celery and onions. You really need that base flavor to really start the stuffing process. So in a saute pan here, I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. To this, I'm gonna add 1 white onion that's chopped up into 1/4-inch pieces. That's gonna go in. And 2 stalks of celery that are also cut into that 1/4-inch dice right into your pan. And along with this, I have 4 cloves of chopped garlic. So these aromatics are gonna saute. It's gonna take about maybe 5 to 6 minutes to get these nice and translucent. You don't really want much color here, but you do want them to soften and for some of the moisture to kind of exude from the vegetables. So that'll take a little bit of time. So our celery onion mixture, it's looking good here. And now, what else do you need for a great stuffing? Well, you need bread. So what I'm using is 1 kind of standard loaf that you would find at your bakery or your bakery section of your supermarket. And I have it cut up into about 1-inch cubes, and you want to lightly dry these in an oven for about 10 to 15 minutes, just so that they lose a little bit of their moisture and they're able to pull in any of that moisture and flavoring that you're going to put into this stuffing. So this is about 8 cups of bread cubes. And to this bowl, I'm going to add the ingredients that you can really use to customize your stuffing. Now, today I'm making a walnut and golden raisin stuffing with some really delicious woodsy herbs. So I'm using 1 cup of chopped toasted walnuts right into my bread cubes here. I have 1 cup of golden raisins. That goes right in. And then in terms of the herbs that I'm using, this is 1 tablespoon of chopped rosemary, 1 tablespoon of chopped thyme, 2 tablespoons of chopped sage leaves. Thanksgiving wouldn't be Thanksgiving without sage. And then I have 1 tablespoon of chopped oregano. So this is a very fragrant stuffing. Now, there are so many other options. You can do so many different things. Now, if you go to marthastewart.com and you look up this basic walnut and golden raisin stuffing, there are alternatives that you can click through. And I have 2 of them in front of me here. The first one I have here is it does have that sage flavoring. It also has fennel seeds, which have a nice anise flavor, which is really delicious. Dried cherries and pecans. That's a really great stuffing that will go well with your turkey. And then this one is a slightly different stuffing. It has thyme. It has a little bit of sherry vinegar, which adds a punch of flavor and a bit of acidity. And that goes really well with some bacon and also some smoked oysters. So that's a really different stuffing if you wanted to bring that to your table and surprise your relatives. So now I'm going to add my sauteed vegetables right into this bowl with the bread. Make sure you scrape out all of the butter, because that butter is flavor and you need it. Don't forget, you need to season this because you have all of that bread that isn't seasoned at all. So be pretty generous with your seasoning. I'm using kosher salt and pepper. If you like a little bit of heat, add a little bit of cayenne to this. That would be really nice, or red pepper flakes. So mix this together. And one thing that I didn't mention when you're making stuffing, use some good bread that you really like to eat. If you like a whole wheat bread, go for it, try it. Cornbread stuffing, I mean, come on, that's a classic, especially in the South. So once this gets mixed together slightly, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of chopped flat leaf parsley. Now, flat leaf parsley has much more flavor than curly parsley. So if you find that, it's also called Italian parsley sometimes, add that as well. And then to moisten this slightly, I'm going to add some chicken stock. Now, if you're roasting a turkey, it is Thanksgiving, and you're making a turkey stock with the neck and some of the giblets, you could certainly use that here as well, because that would give you even more turkey flavor. So I'm adding in about 2 cups of this stock, and this is a pretty good ratio. 8 cups of bread to 3 cups of your stock. Add it in stages. I'm gonna leave a little bit behind. I have about 1 cup of chicken stock left. Now I'm going to add the eggs and the rest of the stock. Just gonna mix these up. I have 3 whole eggs. Okay, so these eggs are nicely whisked together. I'm gonna add that to my mixture here. the rest of the stock. And now mix this together. Don't overmix or smash, but just fully incorporate. And using a nice big wide bowl is really great for this. So now make sure your oven is preheated to 400 degrees with the rack in the middle of the oven. And this stuffing bakes uncovered for about 25 to 30 minutes. So while your turkey is resting, you can put this casserole dish right into the oven. And by the time the stuffing is done, you're ready to start carving your turkey and putting it right out onto the table. It works out really well. So I have a 9 by 13 inch dish here that's been buttered. If you don't have a 9 by 13, a 2-quart casserole would work just as well. And so this goes right in. Just spread it out, don't squash it. All right, so right into the oven, again, 400 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes until it's nice and golden brown on top. So here's our beautiful stuffing, hot out of the oven, ready for the table, and I can't wait. I'm gonna taste a little bit of it here, you guys. It's crisp on top, which is what you want. Those are my favorite pieces. I would totally steal all of the crunchy ones on top, but really moist on the inside. And now, so good, you guys. Now that you have this this master stuffing recipe, you can customize it and flavor it in your own favorite way. There you go. Enjoy. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.